Saludos amigos, Cash, your president and CEO of Cash International Luxury Real Estate. Hey guys, how are you doing? Hope everybody's doing well. Today I want to do a quick video and I'm just going to touch base on something here. As you know, my last few videos, what I've been talking about to you guys, which is really important, is I've been talking about PuntaCana, overall the Dominican Republic. The Dominican Republic is the new Florida for retirement, okay? Florida as a retirement destination is dead. I've been talking to many of my colleagues in Florida, real estate professionals in the banking sector and the insurance sector, and they are saying the same thing. The opportunities for retirement now in the Florida market are completely gone. One of the main reasons is the cost of living. The cost of living combined with the cost of real estate, and the biggest one, and that's what today's video we're going to touch on, we're going to be talking about the cost of insurance. I don't know if you know what's going on in Florida, and I'm going to go ahead and touch base on that today, and really guys just build you up and get you prepped for the fact that you need to start looking at the Dominican Republic. You need to start looking at the trifecta I've got going on here and pick a location that fits your lifestyle, your budget, and prepare for retirement, because the bubble that they're talking about popping in Florida's real estate market is based on the cost of insurance. All right guys, stick around for this video. It's an important one. It'll be a short one, but it'll be an important one. Thank you. All right guys, thank you for joining us here today. Like I said, this is going to be a quick video, but I'm going to touch base. I was talking to esteemed subscriber of mine. We shared quite a few conversations over the past couple of years, and he really understands the market and researches things a lot. He shared some information with me today that was of such high priority that I wanted to get it out to you guys immediately, and I did not want to wait to do this video. So I just want to, hop in the studio here and just want to get this one out to you. All right guys, so let's talk about insurance. Insurance is going to be the killer. That's going to be the one that pops the bubble over there in Florida. That's the one that is killing our seniors. That's the one that is going to blow the roofs off of your ability to be able to retire in Florida. And if you have retired in Florida, which so many of you have already, it could be the item that forces you out of that market, okay? So let's touch base on that so you guys can prep yourselves and be aware and have a plan B. Okay, I've been talking about a plan B for quite a while. It just happens to be in 2024. I've kind of shifted my focus a little bit to say I really want our retiring population, whatever age bracket you're falling within, to really consider the Dominican Republic seriously. Okay, really focus on that and look at the opportunities I have, because they could change the course of the rest of your life, okay, based on what's happening in Florida. So let's go ahead and look at a couple things here. A few notes I made. I was speaking with an individual who was explaining to me their insurance costs on their home. Okay, it's a normal 3-bedroom home. They said in 1999, they've retired quite a while ago. In 1999, when they initially picked up this home for retirement purposes, the insurance rates on that were $750 per year. Okay, $750 per year. That's when you retired in Florida, 1999, let's say 2000. 22 years later, this is the kicker, 22 years later, we all know everything's gone up in cost and inflation and all those other elements. So that $750 turns into $3,000. You say, okay, Cash, well, inflation, it's 20 years later, 22 years later, everything's gone up. Fair enough. Here's the kicker, guys. From 2022 to 2023, this is where the problem lies. She went from $3,000 to $4,678. Okay, she went up $1,700 per year in just 1 year. So that is where it really started to resonate with her. Her increase in her insurance was the dagger that is forcing her to now look at real estate here in the Dominican Republic, to look at real estate. She's specifically diving deep into the PuntaCana and CANA market. She said it is not any sort of mortgage, it's not her home equity lines, it's not her credit cards, it's all of those things. It's not that because she doesn't carry any credit card debt, it is this insurance. Now the bigger issue that you're running into here with the insurance, and a little bit of research is going to show you that very fast, is that people are insurance companies are leaving the state of Florida. They are running, they're putting their tails between their legs and they're running out of the state because the claims are outweighing their ability to pull in revenue. Okay, so it is a catastrophic situation. So why are the prices why are the costs of insurance going up so astronomically? There's some stats that I see. There's a 900% increase that's happened in the last few years. So why is this happening in Florida, and why should you not consider Florida as where you are going to retire and shift those gears and start to focus on the Dominican Republic? There are many reasons why people are leaving the Sunshine State right now. Some of the reasons cited here are, and number one, this is the rising cost of living. Okay, the rising cost of living are really trickling through the entire economy, the entire state, and causing that once retirement state that you thought was like where you were going to spend your remaining years is no longer affordable. Okay, the biggest one here, and that's what we focus on here, is real estate in the Dominican Republic. Is the real estate in Florida? The skyrocketing home prices are making it impossible for insurers to insure these kind of evaluations that are coming out. The high property taxes are through the roof. That is again another. All of these items that I'm stressing as the negatives of Florida are all positives. Okay, positives of why you want to be here in the Dominican Republic with me. Okay, high property taxes. You've got exacerbated risk of deadly and devastating extreme weather events like hurricanes. Okay, so you're going to say, Cash, well, what about you? You're in the Dominican Republic. Yes, that is correct. We are in the Dominican Republic, and we do experience weather patterns like that. We have the hurricanes, and we have major storms that can roll through. One big difference I'm seeing between here and Florida so far is a lot of Florida is low-lying land. Okay, so when these hurricanes come through Florida, water comes in very far into the state, and the state gets pummeled. What I've seen since I've been here for a few years is when the hurricanes do roll through, we're prepped for it. For whatever reason, and if somebody knows, I would love for you to leave a comment below. But this is my 2 cents. All the construction here is concrete. All of the construction here is concrete. Now, my belief in that is because the cost of building, the cost of construction is much lower, the cost of living is much lower, the cost of labor is much lower. So people can afford to build with concrete. They're not building with 2x4s and drywall. When you build with 2x4s and drywall, what you're having is a major hurricane come through and just wipe out entire neighborhoods. You're not seeing that here. What you're going to see is some windows broken, some trees down, but all of that can be reconstructed at a very reasonable rate and very quick. So businesses get up and running very fast. You're not decimating an entire state or an entire country in the Dominican Republic because of the cost of labor, the cost of materials, are much lower, specifically in concrete. What you're seeing is concrete structures, and I've talked about it in my videos a lot. Things are built better here because they're built with concrete. Okay, rebar and concrete, that is keeping a structure enforced because they're prepped. And in Florida, it's the same thing. They're prepped for these hurricanes, so you do have the hurricane resistant windows that won't break. You do have those elements, but if you have a structure that's made of wood and drywall, that thing's gonna topple. So what you're seeing is people that cannot afford a solid concrete house in the state of Florida. Those people are building with wood and drywall, and those places are getting decimated, so it doesn't matter what they put in their windows because their house is not going to survive. You're not seeing that here. We've also got extreme elevation here. We've got the highest peak in the entire Caribbean right here in the Dominican Republic. So we've got a lot of elevation leading down to the water. So when the storms come in, you have the wind effect, but then also water does more damage. We don't build down here, typically in low-lying areas like Las TERRENAS, where you have more sand. CANA, you're already elevated, and that's what I really like about CANA. CANA is already elevated above sea grade. You can have basements, but you're sitting 30 feet, 40 feet above sea level. Okay, so CANA is a different beast, and that's why I really am bullish about that for retirees. But even places like Las TERRENAS or Santo Domingo, these places are built with concrete, so that really helps us bounce back. So that one component that you're saying, the extreme weather events, those extreme weather events we get to, but we're able to sustain them and weather through them a lot better and quicker than you are in the state of Florida, the poor people of Florida are. All those reasons have caused these rates to, just do a quick Google search, guys. Do a quick Google search. You're going to see numbers of 900%, 800% increase. People are leaving by the droves. Now, what I highly encourage is take advantage of that opportunity and look at the Dominican Republic. Look at the places that I'm promoting and pushing. If you want an area that is growing, if you want an area that has strong infrastructure, if you want an area that has the top and best medical professionals and hospitals, guys, then PuntaCana or CANA is kind of the market you want to look at. If you're a younger retiree and you're still out there and you're invigorated and you're going to be hiking and mountain biking and going for swims in the ocean, then guys, consider Los TERRENAS. If you're a city dweller, you're somebody coming out of Miami and you love the city, you love that cosmopolitan feel, everything about being a city, like I love all elements, I love it all. So I've got access to all of it, and that's what's great about being here. But if you're specifically and you want to live in that, guys, we got PUNTA for you. PUNTA is being slated as the new Miami, the new Brickell. Okay, this is a phenomenal place. It's a phenomenal country. So you are able to get that. So don't hop yourself over to North Carolina or another state where, yeah, you might be escaping the headaches and the cost of Florida, but you're still in that North American environment. You're still in, if the way things are going in North America irk you and make you nervous, then you're still putting yourself in that position. Cash out, one of the benefits of the real estate in Florida is that it has gone up a lot. So guys, count your blessings and time to sell. The market's still hot. Sell it and reinvest. Now, this ties into another aspect of what I'm saying. When you talk about insurance policies, if you're able to come to this country with $600K in your hands and buy yourself something in PuntaCana, a 2-bedroom condo that's 5 minutes away from the beach for $120,000 cash, you have all of that liquidity left over for you to use for your quality of life. Now, when you own it cash, you're not going to have a bank on top of you saying, hey, you need to get insurance, you need to get insurance, or we're going to foreclose on you, we're going to take the house away, you need to have insurance. No, you don't have to do that because you're able to afford and pay cash. Now you fall back on the things I've talked about earlier. You've got the ability, okay, you've got the ability to withstand major storms. You've got a solid concrete structure. What's the worst thing that's going to happen to that? The stuff inside it will burn, the desk will burn, the chair will burn. All those things are easily replaceable. I'm not saying don't get content insurance. You can get content insurance, and that's great, and you can do it. But the likelihood of this thing going up in flames right to the bottom is next to nothing, okay? Yeah, you might have a fire, but you're not going to be able to burn the whole structure that's just made of concrete. So you have that ability to avoid those certain things, and then you're not your insurance costs have dropped. Insurance costs here in the Dominican Republic are a fraction of what they are. You're talking like what this lady was, my one client was saying in 1999, $750 a year. Like, guys, you're in and around those ranges. You're not talking $4,678 now. Okay, so I very often have said the opportunity lies here because it feels like you are in the 1980s back in North America where there was opportunity and you could afford things and you could do things and you could grow businesses and grow your family wealth. You could do those things here right now. You can't do that in North America unless you've already got that extreme wealth in your second generation. Many of my most successful friends, I would say 99% of them are second generation wealth. The family, the fathers, the mothers, the family had started, invested in the 80s and 70s and the 80s, and they built businesses then that they could ramp up and grow fast because the environment, the cost allowed for it. And then my friends have been fortunate if they've been in those family circles or those family lifestyles that they've been able to assume those businesses. Of course, hard work, and I give them all the credit in the world because they've taken $100,000 businesses and turned them into multi-million-dollar businesses. That takes work and dedication. However, the opportunity of being able to get ramped up and started to try to do that today in North America, if you can pull that off now, then God bless you because you are an absolute freaking genius to be able to do that, okay? So it's different, and I'm not taking anything away from anybody that's successful, and I commend you, but I'm saying hell of a lot easier to pull that off, to get your foundation strong, buy a bunch of real estate, have a ton of equity in properties and businesses when it started with their forefathers. And some are even like as lucky to have their grandparents that have started it, and it's been through generations, and that's amazing, and I think that's great, but not for the average person, okay? Not your average Joe, not your average entrepreneur that's going to start ground up. That's something really important to understand. There's a few points that I want to talk about here that when I was mentioning at the beginning that my good friend now, my subscriber colleague had mentioned. I want to bring those up with you. All right, so let's dive into what my friend here was saying. He's out of California, by the way, but he studies the market and really understands things very well at a deeper level. And to be able to share this information and knowledge with you is why I'm doing this video. Okay, so retirees, you are the ones that are going to get hit the hardest, and you already know that. You're getting hit from every angle. You're getting the upper hook, the left hook, the right hook. You're getting just pummeled, and it keeps coming, and insurance costs are the ones that are going to be the knockout punch for you with your real estate, with your personal homes, okay? Many of you are working on fixed income, so you cannot afford these large leaps in the cost of living. So the largest pain for retirees who own homes in Florida and recent and future buyers is going to be, number one, major home insurance rates, okay? Most need to buy flood insurance, and that's the thing in Florida. Most of you need to have flood insurance because, like I said earlier, Florida is very flat. If we look at photos of Florida years and years ago, before all the development came, they had to fill that land, and it is just all marsh, and when water comes in, it has nowhere to go, and it sits there. okay, because it's very, very flat. It's not like Dominican Republic. We have slopes. And for example, in Las Terrenas, when we had that hurricane a couple years ago, first time in 50 years, Las Terrenas, North Coast got hit. But when it did, I came to San Domingo, so you're able to escape the hurricane very easily. I came to the other side of the mountainscape, and I was able to then come here, enjoy no hurricane, a little bit of rain, and then when I went back after a few days, the water had dissipated. It went back into the ocean, all because of the curvature of a lot of these areas in the Dominican Republic. We're down towards the beach, where Florida is just flat and water's going to sit. But in Las Terrenas, it all flowed out. So the water damage wasn't great. But the key killer for the home insurance in Florida is flood insurance. Okay, that's actually killing us here in Ontario as well. As you guys know, I lived in Ontario, and the flood insurance was devastating because it's very flat there as well. And when it would rain, there would be tons and tons of damage. Okay, so the flood insurance is going to kill you over there. The other thing, number 2 point that he brings up, is the insurance rates on condos, HOAs. So this is an important one, which was a unique thing, and I actually read about it just prior to him sending it. So this video was kind of meant to be, or this topic was meant to be, is the HOAs are skyrocketing. Many of the buildings are now requiring there to be a reserve fund, okay? Because they're requiring a condominium board to have a reserve fund, the HOA dues are just skyrocketing. So you might be, if you're not in a single family home, but you're in a condo and you feel you're safe, you're not safe because those things are about to increase catastrophically because they are making it illegal for a condo association or a condo board to not have a reserve fund. Okay, so while I see the value of a reserve fund, but when it's being forced, it's going to take condo fees and make them unaffordable. Okay, so you've got a killer of insurance, and then you're going to get nailed on the HOA element of it as well, which is going to be catastrophic for many people that are living on a fixed income, or even if you are living on a fixed government income or on a regular 9 to 5 income that does not fluctuate or change based on performance. So the third point that he brings up here is he talks about citizens insurance. Okay, citizens insurance is essentially a government-backed insurance company. Is the last alternative for someone that cannot get insurance through the traditional means. So that means they're going to be paying the highest rates. That means that is their only option, and that is not a good situation to be in. I was reading that I think it was like 11 million. I got to pull that, so don't quote me on that. But I think it was like 11 or 12 million people have now had to turn to citizens insurance in Florida. Insurance companies are running out of the state of Florida with the tail between their legs, and that is going to affect all of you that own a home or a condo in the state of Florida. So guys, start thinking the Dominican Republic. I truly mean that, and I'm not just saying that because I'm here and I sell real estate here and I'm an advocate of it. It's because I truly believe it. To just keep yourself in the same circle and jump to Tennessee or Atlanta or all those spots, I don't know if that's a wise play, because you're still going to miss out on that quality of life. You're still going to miss out on that cost of living because it is increasing across the board in the entire Western Hemisphere over there in Canada and the US. Canada is a disaster as well. The major storms, as we all know, are just picking up steam. Whether you believe in global warming or not, right now we're in a trend of major storms, and it just seems to be pummeling North America. Okay, it is catastrophic and it's happening. So I want to be in a country, or if I'm going to be in the Caribbean where hurricanes do happen, and we all know they happen, I want to be in a country like the Dominican Republic that is a large mass of land that is going to sustain the storms and sustain itself in these catastrophic situations. I don't want to be sitting in Puerto Rico. I don't want to be sitting in Jamaica. That's not for me. I'm all about the beaches and I'm all about the quality of life and all those other things, but I don't want to be wiped out every 6 months and have to start over. And that is what the Dominican Republic provides me with, that sense of comfort. Okay, guys. On that note, I don't want this to be a really long video. I just want to kind of make you aware of it. I want you to research it. So what I'm going to do here on the channel is I want to give you information. Okay, I want to give you information that entices you to understand why I'm doing what I'm doing, that entices you to try to love where you live. And a big part of loving where you live is being able to afford where you live. If you can't afford where you live, you cannot love where you live. So if you've done well for yourself and you've been able to enjoy those run-ups of your property in Florida, then guys, consider that now could be a good time to sell ahead of those new premiums coming out. In this part of this message is he's hearing friends tell him that premiums have gone up. $6,000 premiums have now become $20,000 premiums. Okay, that is the renewal cost. Now when that happens, it becomes a little late. Now you're digging, you're scraping, you have to figure out a solution. If you're on a fixed income, you're kind of screwed. So why not get ahead of that? Why not get ahead of the scenario where you are going to be one of those motivated sellers, okay? Because that is then going to strip you of some of those profits that are rightfully yours in the appreciation of your real estate that you bought many years ago, that when you believed in Florida, okay? I'm not saying Florida is a bad place. I personally used to like Florida a lot. I just don't think it's a spot that I want to own real estate. I don't think it's a spot where I want to spend the rest of my life. Now, granted, and God bless you guys that have your yachts and you've made your millions, whichever means you've been able to do it. That's amazing. I'm all about entrepreneurs, and I'm a big advocate of the success that entrepreneurs are able to enjoy when they've made the right decisions. And God bless you guys, and that's amazing. I'm just saying, I'm talking to our middle class, I'm talking to our retirees, and I'm saying it is not the spot that you need to be, okay? Real estate is just out of control and it's way, way too expensive. What you need to start doing is focusing on some of these options that I have available to you. Start looking at the Dominican Republic. Price point wise, if you're looking in that under 100K, under 100,000 price point, then PuntaCana is a great option. Okay, they got great prices for you. Under 100K, you're able to get yourself a 2-bedroom. I've got a specific developer that's willing to do small monthly payments throughout construction and then assist you at the end to get a mortgage if you need to. The key thing here is that it is affordable. You can make it happen for yourself. That's something that is so critical, and when it's too late, it's too late. And if you've waited too long to sell or move, the pendulum is swinging. Okay, and every minute, every day that goes by, that is getting a little bit further out of reach. Because as you know, people are making that shift. Okay, 2024 is that year that people have predicted there's going to be a mass exodus of people leaving North America and Canada to find better. And what better place to go than a couple hours away in the Dominican Republic and experience a completely different way of living, a completely different cost of living, and a completely different place to spend the rest of your life. A place that you can truly say you love where you live. A place that your family would love to come and visit you within a short flight. So guys, on that note, I hope this video helped you, and if it did, please give me a thumbs up. Again, I'm not giving you specific details, I'm just giving you thoughts that I'm able to get from other subscribers and other friends and other experts in the market, and I just want to share those points with you, and they're more so points for you to ponder on, points for you to think about. Feel free to WhatsApp me anytime. My WhatsApp is 519-567-1785. Again, 519-567-1785. Send me a WhatsApp anytime you want to, and we'll connect you with one of my professionals. I got my team over in Las Terrenas. I got my director of sales, Brian, over there. I've got Sam over in PuntaCana. I've got my team spread out all over the place, and they're able to guide you and assist you, and they're all like-minded professionals in this space, okay? Everybody looking for the same thing, love where you live. And guys, I hope that we're able to guide you in that path. I hope we're able to, at minimum, motivate you, and you watch the videos and they give you a sense of relief that if you chose to, you can make the shift, okay? Because it's very doable. You can do it just like we have and just like thousands of others have, and it is not complicated. Now, if you're worried about healthcare, guys, you do have the top healthcare here. Stay tuned for some videos where I'm going to dive a little bit deeper into the healthcare elements and things here. But guys, you are really able to enjoy all those things that you think you cannot. On a final note, what I want to talk about a little bit is the media is really jumping on the bandwagon of everything happening in Haiti. I know many of you have sent me a message, friends, family, subscribers, clients. Hey, Cash, is everything okay? Honestly, guys, if I did not have access to the internet or the news, then I would not know that anything is happening. Please keep in mind the Dominican Republic is a very big country relative to Haiti. They have a very powerful military relative to Haiti. So keep all of those elements in mind. It's a good analogy that I gave to a client that was concerned. I said, imagine that there was a riot happening in Windsor, Ontario. Okay, what's happening in Haiti, and God forbid what's happening in Windsor, Ontario. Would the U.S. be worried? They would be on guard. They would strengthen their borders, have a few more people watching over, but the USA would not be in trouble because there's a riot occurring in Haiti. Okay, so I just want you guys to understand that the Dominican Republic and Haiti have had, and this is not, I've been here for a few years, so I'm speaking from knowledge that I've received in conversations I've had with other people, good professional friends of mine that are from here. They said, Cash, there's been a long history between Haiti and the Dominican Republic. The Dominican Republic is not going to get involved. They're going to be waiting for another third party, UN, US, somebody like that to come along to handle those things. The Dominican Republic is a very strong country, very strong military, navy, all those elements are in place. They've got all their checkpoints up at the border, and they are not worried, but they will not engage in that process because of the long history, the long traditions that exist between the two countries. My experience with the Haitians has been nothing but positive, and I don't want the actions of these few gang members and people like that that are fighting for whatever cause that they're trying to resolve. Again, I don't get involved in politics on this channel, and I just inherently don't do that. But whatever their cause is and whatever violence is ensuing because of their cause, those things, the people from Haiti that have been here, that I've come across, have been nothing but the most pleasant and hardworking people that I've ever met. Okay, that's something that is so important for you guys to understand. They are amongst the hardest working people, and they are here to provide for their families and get their families a better means, a better life, and a better quality of life. Kind of the same thing that you're trying to do by watching my channel. That's all they're trying to achieve. So what's important here is that we do not generalize what's happening in Haiti, what CNBC and NBC and ABC and all these major news outlets keep pumping towards you. Don't generalize that, okay? Don't think that anyone from Haiti is bad because you're from Haiti. There's people all over the world that do bad things, and that happens in all cultures, all countries, all races. Overall, my experience has been nothing but phenomenal with the amazing people from Haiti, okay? So please keep that in mind as you're watching all this stuff. This is a select group of people that are fighting for something, and their means of fighting for it is painful to watch, and they shouldn't be doing it. However, rest assured, you're going to see a resolution to that. But do not fear coming to the Dominican Republic, specifically where I'm at. I'm the trifecta here: Santo Domingo, Las Terrenas, PuntaCana. We're really far away. We're not right on the border, and that border is so heavily guarded. There's nobody coming through that border. Okay, so guys, keep that in mind. No reason for you guys to panic and say, oh, I'm not coming to the Dominican Republic. A lot of that stuff is just fear-mongering and nonsense for the most part. So that's it. Okay, guys, I just want to share that with you before I let you guys go, if I have your attention for a little bit here. Remember, my name's Cash. I'm President and CEO of Cash International Luxury Real Estate. I am looking out for you North Americans. I am dedicated to my North American clients and North American investors and North American dreamers. If you're dreaming about life here, you can do it. I assure you can do it, and work with myself and my company to ensure you can do it safely and securely. That is our goal. We have all the professionals, the legal experts, the accountants, the developers, the contractors, all of those people that have been working with us for years now. You're going to have access to those people, and you're going to appreciate it. All of my people speak English, so they're able to communicate with you, and I assure you guys it's not as hard as you believe to one day say you love where you live. Okay, and that's what this country's all about. Thanks so much for joining me on this one. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share, and love where you live. Talk to you soon.